How's it going, guys? Thibz back with the first episode of Salt and Savagery. Today we're going to be going over a late Warcraft movie review, and I'm joined by my, co-host Sciorpe? Is that what you want to be called?
Yeah, let's do that.
My co-host Sciorpe, and some random dude named Ryan, Chunx, whatever you want to be called. Say hello, Ryan.
Hello.
Okay, so we're going to be going over the Warcraft movie. We'll go ahead and start off with the plot, I guess. It's pretty basic, I would say.
Yeah.
Right?
It's pretty It's, your typical fantasy movie, sort of.
I mean, and
It's designed for people who aren't that big into lore anyways.
yeah, well, that's the thing, I feel like they took a lot of liberties. I think it's a good thing, though.
I agree. It definitely got a lot of new people into the game. Because, first off, it was pretty much a AAA movie. Just with the overall execution of it. And so it got a lot of people who weren't interested in the game into the game. So I think it was a pretty good thing that they took liberties and made it more of a natural sort of feeling movie.
Yeah, well, and I really feel like if they took it would have taken 3 movies just to set up that movie. If they went
Agreed.
directly off of Warcraft lore.
Yeah.
And then like you were saying about getting new people in, I know Ryan, Chunx, Bronak, whatever, that's actually what got him into the game. I mean, you've only been playing WoW for how long now?
3 months.
3 months. And it was literally the night we got home. He was like, "All right, but
There goes all my background. Now
Well,
I can't sound like I know what I'm talking about.
well, that's good. You bring a new perspective to the group
Yeah.
of the idiot noob."
The idiot noob.
Yeah.
Yep.
starring Chunx, the idiot noob.
Idiot noob.
I'm glad I'm appreciated.
Yeah. But okay, so what do you think of the character changes they made? Like, the biggest and only change I can see here is with Garona, personally.
Garona and I guess we don't have too much on, not Khadgar, but his boss dude.
Medivh.
Medivh, yeah. Medivh wasn't a huge change, really, but yeah, Garona was definitely the biggest.
I just don't understand how, quote unquote, the orcs have never encountered these humans before yet. Here's Garona, half human.
Well,
Yeah, that is explained in backstory.
yeah, I know I've told you guys this before. I think it's Medivh's daughter.
I believe that's the way they're gonna do it, yes.
I think that's a little weird.
They could pull it off.
Yeah, and it's like,
It's the only way they're going to be able to.
Yeah.
but I found it kind of weird. Like, I don't know. It looked to me. It felt like Medivh had like this weird sexual
Connection.
tension with Garona, and then he leaves this little droplet of like, "Ooh, you might be my daughter." Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
A little bit of incestual love.
Maybe it is a fantasy genre.
It
You
is
know.
fancy,
Coming in the next episode.
Medivh and Garona. But my thing is, like, I really wanted Garona to be the half Draenei Garona that I knew, just because
Yeah.
to see the Draenei would be cool, and
And we only barely see them at all.
yeah, well, you see the female in the beginning, and it's like,
and that's it.
they're not even translated, so you don't know what they're really saying
Yeah.
We do get one Arakora skull in.
in the deleted scene, yeah. But,
But that's if you dig enough to watch those.
and you know what an Arakoa is, like,
Yeah.
And you know what an arc does.
I didn't know what one was when I first saw the movie, so I don't think I would have realized what I was seeing.
yeah, and it's just like, I don't know, like, honestly, Garona to me just looks like a green human. She doesn't even have orc features. You
Yeah.
know, like, she's a little bulky and green. I mean,
Yeah.
Really not
with
bulky,
the-
just taller and green.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
mean,
with the changes they made, it makes sense that
I
way.
guess, but I don't know. We'll see.
I really would have liked to have seen more orc out of her than human.
Yeah. I felt like the whole transition to "You're welcome" in Stormwind was a little rushed
Aw.
too.
Yeah.
Because like we don't know these orcs, but she told us one orc's name,
And
then
so she's
she's
It
in.
was
She's
very-
one of us.
It was very rushed, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, other than the Garona change, I can only see Gul'dan a little bit.
Yeah, Gul'dan a little.
I mean, there was no who's the one that originally was like in lore was above Gul'dan? It was
Gromosh, I believe.
was it that the orc from the Shadow Moon clan?
Oh yes, Ner'zhul.
Ner'zhul. So they pretty much took him out of the picture.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, which again, for the purposes of just getting people interested, was totally fine.
Yeah,
'Cause no one knew who he was.
well, like I said before, it would take like 3 movies just to set up this one.
Yeah.
And then by that point, you've lost the audience because only the true Warcraft fans even know that stuff to begin with.
Yeah.
You know, so. All right, well, let's go with the look of the movie then. CGI, props, costumes.
I thought it was very well done. Especially
I liked it.
Yeah, the magic. The magic was a little wonky, but it's really hard to do magic not wonky.
Oh, I felt magic was it's one of the best spell casting movies I've seen personally.
That I agree with, absolutely. Like I just watched the Sciorpe Chronicles. Fantastic show, but the magic was very overdone.
Yeah.
In the Sciorpe Chronicles, whereas Warcraft it felt more natural.
Yeah. It was funny. I was talking to. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say. Well, since we're talking about the magic and that, was I the only one who made the connection between in the game when you silence somebody and when Lothar literally put his hand over Khadgar's mouth?
Dude,
yeah,
that
was well done. I enjoyed that.
I didn't even know that. Like, we got home and he was like, I was like, I don't get why they kept like covering their mouths and they yell out spells. And fucking Chunx was like, you know, it's a silence. It's a silence. And I was like, oh, I've been playing this game since I was in 8th grade.
Yeah, no,
and
I thought that was a great pun.
My God, I didn't even.
If you consider it fun.
I didn't even recognize that.
Yeah, spell chucker.
Yeah, dude. But as far as spell looks, I could see how it was a little wonky. Like everything just kind of seemed like shoot such and such beam out of hand.
Yeah, especially with like the beginning, towards the beginning when he's doing all those fancy spells.
Yeah,
it just felt very awkward.
Yeah, like the portals I thought were a little weird.
Yeah, the portals were definitely.
But you gotta think too, in all the games, aren't all the spells just shooting something out of your hands when you really break it down? Like,
I mean, as a demon hunter, I get an I-beam.
Like, for example, like the point I'm getting is they probably try to keep it as close to the actual games and lore as possible.
Yeah, that's true.
In the games, you know, mages, you know, doing these crazy incantations before they send some magic down at you. It's usually just a quick, you know, burst, and then you're dead.
And if they were going for a more realistic take on the movie, which I felt they were, I could see how you would need some sort of conduit to kind of like launch the spells. You can't just like mutter it and then out of your nipples come
you
blue
can't
lights.
Snap your fingers and all of a sudden a portal to Dalaran's right there.
Yeah, so I felt spells looked good. I could see how they were a little wonky. As far as the orcs go, though, I think they looked amazing.
Very well done.
I could watch a movie just the orcs. They look so good.
Yeah, the orcs looked very well done. At times, I felt like they were more well done than some of the knights. Those were just costumes.
Well, it made the women. It made all the women look weird. It made all the people in the movie look kind of weird. It's like the orcs look so good, and then
the people were just armor.
I know. Freaking the Chunx is all into he loves the way the armor looks. I'm correct, right?
I do.
I mean, so obviously not everybody felt like we did, Sciorpe, but
I don't know. I liked it because if you look at all the armors in the game, they look overdone, just big. So I think they were trying to hit on that part of it, and if the armor does look like it is too big, then they nailed what they were trying to go for.
I guess, yeah.
That's true,
if there's one thing I noticed that they put the biggest emphasis on in WoW, and that's shoulder guards. Like,
it's very
everybody
true.
wants those really cool shoulder guards.
Especially if you're an orc.
Based off the chest on you, based it off the shoulder guards.
True.
Yeah,
true. Very true.
So if they were trying to get that aspect of the armors, and I think they pretty much nailed that.
The mocap though, the way they mocap the orcs, I don't know if you guys have looked into it as much as I did, but all the orcs, every CGI character was made with a real person acting it out.
Yeah.
I thought that was amazing.
Yeah.
Because like,
it was very well done.
First scene is what, you're 2 feet away from Durotan's face, and the way he moves, it's like you just tell that's a real moving.
Yeah, you can tell. You felt like it was natural. It was a very smooth movement instead of those jerky crap movies where it's animated.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell that they really put the time and effort into mocapping each actor's face, because if you look at most CGI movies, for example, because this one creeps me out the most. It's the Polar Express. The CGI on that one was so stiff, and if you look at the way the characters talk, it looks like puppetry. So
Yeah.
There's no emotion behind it.
The CGI on the actual characters made it feel really natural.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in movement, everything, like, because they're really heaving around that hammer. Then and they're actually stepping onto the wolf or the horse. And I thought the orcs looked amazing. Like I said before, I could watch a whole movie, cut out that human stuff. Yeah, because I felt like there was a rift in the whole story. Like, they struggled making the orcs to be bad guys the whole time. Because no matter how much you watch the orcs, I enjoyed it. I wanted to see more of them. They didn't seem that bad. How could you say Durotan was a bad character?
No, he was absolutely a good character. I don't think that Doomhammer was as well done as I had hoped.
Okay, yeah, we'll go ahead and take it back to character changes. That's one I forgot about. I'm glad you brought that up. Oh my, why?
I don't know. That was not at all what I was expecting, and not at all what I hoped.
I'm okay with the change from him being a Blackrock. Make him a Frostwolf. That's cool, because the Blackrocks aren't even really talked about. But as like I'm gonna switch sides and then switch back in 2 scenes.
Yeah,
that's weird.
I did not like that, and it puts him as a bad guy. Where if they continue if they go on in these movies and go next to the emergence of Thrall, you're gonna be like, that dude's not gonna help him. He's not good.
Yeah.
Don't listen to him.
I mean, at the end, he pulls the tooth out, but it's like, are you really gonna help him?
Yeah. It felt like they made him a bad guy, and Thrall wouldn't listen to him if he were a bad guy.
Yeah.
Whereas in lore, he's the one that shows Thrall how to be a shaman.
Yeah.
But then again, does Thrall is barely young enough to remember anything at this point in time.
He wouldn't.
So he wouldn't, unless anybody told him.
Any of this. No.
Yeah. So I can see where they said, okay, we can take these liberties to kind of further the storyline in a way. If anything, if you look at all the double and triple betrayals that he does towards the end, spoiler alert.
It's been like what? It's on DVD.
It's been a few
Spoilers
months.
don't mean shit anymore.
But if you look at that, it almost looks like they did that to Doomhammer to almost rocket the story forward instead of trying to continue all the little sneaky ways and backstories that they would normally do in their stories. So they kind of did that to just progress the story faster in a manner that would fit a movie format.
I mean, I see that because
it really doesn't affect much of Thrall, because who's going to tell Thrall? Most of the people who would are dead.
Yeah, and true. How would Black Hand even have found out? They were being so secretive.
Yeah.
So at that point, it would have gone through, and all they could have done is have him get beat at the portal.
Yeah.
So I can see how it makes the story flow, but I just felt like as a character, it's such a quick flip-flop. Like, where do your morals lie?
It felt like he was immoral and had, he just did what he did because he could.
And then he lets Durotan out of the cage, and all Durotan does is punch him once, and then they're best buddies again.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, you got my whole clan and possibly my wife and child killed. Like, There's
Hey, bro, let's go get a beer.
Long time no see, homie. Welcome back to the fold. I don't know, but that aside, that was a big change. That was like, ugh.
Yeah.
He looked great though.
Oh, he looked great. But...
Doomhammer looked good.
Yeah.
You know, he was swinging it around with two hands sometimes, which that's a whole nother thing. Enhancement Shaman 2-hand, bring it back, Liz. Come on now. But that's something else.
Yeah.
That's something different.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else? As far as look, what do you think of like the scenes, the places, like Ironforge? That panoramic from the outside?
From what little I saw, I was very pleased with.
Dude.
It looked beautiful. All of it looked beautiful.
That panoramic from the outside took me back to the first time I saw Ironforge.
I know, right?
You know, I was...
As you're flying along over with that gyrocopter.
Well, dude, when I first started playing, I played a Night Elf, and I tell Chunks the story all the time. I don't know how I ended up there, but I ended up in Keranos. And so I didn't fly to... Yeah, I was like 12, just... Yeah. But... Anyway, and it literally happened to me just like that. I came, because I didn't fly there, I had no flight pass, because I was a druid using a single dagger and stupid... Yeah. But, and so that's how it happened to me. It was like a big and you just see this giant city in the mountainside.
Yeah.
And it's like, and the same music kicks in. You had the mountaineer on the ridge line. Like, it was so much win for me.
It was beautiful, yeah.
So much win.
All of the scenes were beautiful.
Am I a little sad there was no, like, pan on the inside of the auction house with a gnome dancing on a mailbox? Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe, but...
Just a little.
I mean, seeing the Great Forge was cool. That was really cool.
Yeah, that was very well done. The only thing CGI background I wasn't too pleased with was the Great Portal, the Dark Portal.
Okay.
It felt a little small.
Okay. Even though it was like a first rendition?
Yes, even though it was first rendition, it felt small, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in game, it's even with, even before Warlords of Draenor, it was still pretty big. Like, it was a massive in scope thing. Whereas in the movie, it was kind of like 5 people long, about 2 ladders tall.
Yeah. But
so
then again,
it
had that realism feel, though.
Yeah, it definitely felt real. But
if you look at it, the first portal they went through was almost like an impromptu thing. Whereas if you look at the portal they were building after they had gotten to Azeroth, was huge. Absolutely huge.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I felt a little underwhelmed with it.
Okay.
Also, speaking of the locations and the CGI that was there, I thought it was a pretty cool, hallmark of the original Warcraft games, the top-down real-time strategy and whatnot, when the orcs were initially going through and raiding all the human strongholds.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that was a very...
It was a really short shot, but it was definitely, I feel, a little homage to those original games, because that's really where this part of the timeline is.
Absolutely.
It's top-down
before the MMO.
Believe it or not, I've heard some reviewers, I know I listened to Nixium, his review, and a lot of people didn't like the top-down segment. They thought it was like, what's the point? I thought it was kind of cool. I felt it set up this, the scope of the raiding.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not attacking this little hamlet of two houses.
Yeah, because like, what do they? As far as raiding, what do they show? The scene with Black Hand, and they talk about Frostwolves like their enemies armed with axes, not children. Like,
yeah.
Other than that, there is no raiding going on. So are the orcs even a problem? They kill the deer. Like, was that the king's deer?
Yeah, apparently. The poachers.
The poachers. But that I know that part stuck with me. I know Stormwind looked great.
Stormwind was pretty good.
Dude,
as much as I don't like it.
What was it? That initial flyover of Stormwind
with the buildings, the actual different colors.
Yeah. That was one thing I noticed was the different colors of the roofs actually mimic the parts of Stormwind in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was well done. Again, I'm not a big fan of the city itself,
Hater.
but it was very. I am a hater. It was very well done. I think.
Yeah. Well, I liked. I know I was doing some digging behind the scenes stuff, and there's all the signs. Like the stores are real storefronts from the game, and all the signs are real. It was so cool.
They definitely did not change much for the cities.
Yeah.
They pretty much did it as close as they could.
Like Dalaran?
Well, besides Dollar.
Dalaran was perfect in that game. Or in the movie.
It was good, yeah.
I thought it looked just like the floating city. The one that I don't think looked like it was Deadwind Pass. Karazhan?
Karazhan was like, what?
For one, it's not even in like a pass like the one in game.
Yeah.
It's just kind of in like this serene valley.
It's in this little valley surrounded by snow-covered mountains, and it's got this giant landing and 20 different places.
Just the bridge to get to Karazhan is longer than the whole zone in game. In that movie, I was like, what? The inside looked cool with the floating library.
And I love how they referenced the stairs.
Yeah, oh god.
How long it takes to climb that damn tower.
Freaking Chunx always brings this up when we watch it, because we watched it the day it came out on DVD, and he's like, I love how Lothar is all out of breath, but Morose is just like... he just walks up the stairs, man. But I wasn't too happy with Karazhan. I don't know. I wasn't...
no, it felt too elvish.
Yeah, I just...
In my opinion, it was too grand.
And what I noticed a bunch of Kirin Tor banners in there.
I did too.
Now, would Medivh have that?
No.
Because look how he treated Khadgar when he showed up.
Yeah. Even in game, Medivh hated the Kirin Tor. I mean, yes, he worked quote unquote for them, but he did not like them.
Yeah. So overall, it wasn't bad.
Yeah, I did not like it. I did like the pool at the top. I thought that was
the font?
Yes, I thought the font was really cool.
Was that an actual liquid, or is it like just magic juice?
That would have been mana. That would have been mana.
Yeah, because if you notice he doesn't get wet when he goes inside, so...
I did.
He's... Okay,
No, that was a pool of mana similar to the Moonwells, I suppose.
Okay.
In game, it's where a mage...
I might play a Night Elf, I'm a Demon Hunter, but Night Elves are lame. I don't care about Moonwells.
Yeah.
Daddy Illidan got rid of those.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty well done, as far as that goes.
Yeah, I just... The scope of it, I felt like it was too big.
It was definitely too big.
I always... I like the stuff... I'm gonna say I one more time. Like the stuff that hold true to the game just because I know it. Boom. I see it, I know it. Ironforge. No question. Dalaran, no question.
Yeah.
And it's like...
You could tell what it was. Karazhan, I'm like, is that supposed to be Karazhan?
Yeah,
is this some weird tower?
Well, yeah, and then I guess they showed how Deadwind Pass became Deadwind Pass.
Yeah, that I did appreciate.
But I just was like, it's not a pass, so whatever.
Yeah.
As far as
Deadwind Valley.
Yeah, Deadwind.
Yeah.
Boating country or whatever. I don't know. Campsite, Deadwind Camp.
Yeah.
Come on down. Yeah, the yacht club, Khadgar's yacht club. But I mean, CGI as a whole, I think the movie was a win. It looks good.
Yeah.
The props were good. I thought the swords and everything, the spears.
Yeah. Except for some of the knights' swords and shields, which you could definitely tell were plastic.
You got issues with that whole Stormwind Guard
I
stuff.
felt it was very fake and plastic.
Yeah.
But again, in game, it's very fake and plastic.
Have you seen some of the swords? They're like 8 feet tall. Like.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I felt like most of the props were good. CGI, I'd rate one of the best of the year by far.
Okay. Yeah, I can go with that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to casting, my favorite.
Okay.
Who do you want to start with?
I could not see
I say
anyone
we save
play.
Lothar for last.
Yeah, okay, we'll save that one for last. Medivh, I wanted an old man, not a hippie.
Yeah, I look at the in-game model, especially the new one for 7.1.
Yeah.
Came out on the 20th. Check it out.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good.
Dude, Medivh to me looks like your typical scary old wizard with the dark hair.
Yeah.
Real stern. This guy, he's so soft-spoken.
The raven cloak with the wings.
Yeah, and they had it a little bit, but it wasn't like, I don't know, the in-game Medivh seems so mysterious and like, oh, this guy's powerful.
This dude looked like he wanted to drink a beer and go surfing with me.
Yeah.
They completely missed the whole point where Medivh is almost a magical hermit who, like, he just stays, like, he's just creepy.
Yeah.
Like, when you see him walking, you're not supposed to be like, yo, that's my bro Medivh. You should be like, ew, Medivh. Ew.
Yeah. Like,
don't talk to that guy. He's probably going to turn you into a toad or something.
Yeah, I felt that was, I don't know, like, some points I like him, but then I just keep going back to the in-game Medivh.
Yeah.
And how imposing of a character he was. Like the original Karazhan raid, when he narrates certain parts or when he cheats in the chess game like an asshole, he's just like,
oh god, what the heck's going on?
Yeah, like this dude and that's just a shade of what Medivh really was.
Yeah.
So I don't know, Medivh as a whole.
He didn't seem aloof enough.
Yeah.
No, it felt like you knew exactly who this guy was and what he was all about.
Yeah.
I would have definitely put Channing Tatum there instead.
Channing Tatum, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Nick Jonas.
Alright.
Let's see. Other than the casting, Garona is like, I don't mind it.
Yeah,
the
Garona
chick
was
who played
alright.
Garona, and then the rest of the cast, like, I don't really care. They
the
did
rest
their
of the
parts.
cast was pretty good. I liked Khadgar. Young Khadgar was very well done.
I liked him. I could see them aging him too for later movies, giving him the white hair and stuff. Because I know, talking to Nell, he didn't like the Khadgar. I did. I never had an issue.
Yeah, I thought that he was well done. Definitely considering the timeline of it, I'm like, okay, yeah,
he's young,
that's
you know.
Khadgar. That's
I
Khadgar.
think they did a good job playing off the naivete.
Yes.
Naivete.
How he is, because he seems like really hopeful.
He's like,
if you look at it now, he's like this laughing cynic. He's always poking fun at everything because he sees just how like screwed Azeroth is. 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he won't even and that's true because he won't even talk about the Fel openly. You notice that he left it up to Medivh. So it's like I felt he played a perfect young wizard who stepped away from the Kirin Tor.
He felt like a young aspiring wizard.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, but I do because I'm pompous. But I don't.
He dug into the magic that Medivh didn't like. Like, it just, I don't know, the character, the actor as a whole, I think, is good.
I think it was very well done, yeah.
I like him. I have no qualms there. Garona's fine. Supporting characters are cool. The orcs, it was pretty much just for voices anyway.
Yeah, the orcs were pretty much just for voices, which were fine.
Yeah.
Was Andy Serkis involved in that at all? In any of that?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just weird. Seeing a movie with so much CGI and mocap.
Golem just sneaks past. He played the Murloc.
Yeah, he played the Murloc.
But okay, we'll get to my favorite.
Ragnar Lothbrok.
Yeah. Oh, my bad. Viking Lothar.
I like.
God.
Yeah, I mean,
can you speak up, Ragnar?
Lothar the Ragnar.
Yeah. Again, the actor. I've always enjoyed the actor, but I couldn't see past Ragnar Lothbrok.
Well, that's the problem because I feel when I watch Vikings, like you said, I could watch him play Ragnar all day. But I feel like he's just playing himself in a way.
Yeah.
He doesn't change his voice. He always talks and really low.
Yeah.
I don't know. I saw Ragnar, like you said, the whole time. When I saw the trailer, I didn't like it. Straight up though, I saw Ragnar the whole time.
Yeah, again, that could be just due to us watching Vikings avidly. But, that's who I saw.
If he would have changed his voice up a bit.
Yeah,
But the problem is it was same cadence, same volume, like it was...
Yeah, and he was same hair.
Yeah,
It just felt like I was watching Ragnar.
dude, Chunks and I always go the Garona scene. We always do the fucking vocal part.
What's your name?
It's
What's your name?
It's Garona. It's Garona. He's whispering across the whole damn... I don't know. I didn't like it.
He's in the Stormwind throne room.
Yeah,
Corona.
Yeah, as much as I enjoy the actor, I did not like this casting.
Yeah, for one, okay, he doesn't look real noble knight-like to me either.
No.
He looks more like a barbarian. Like, that's just the way his facial features look.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. If you look at... I don't know. I just...
Yeah. I definitely think they could have done better. The character itself was fine.
Yeah.
You could definitely get, this... I'm a knight. I'm this really respected dude.
Yeah. I thought his son was a little bit of forced character development, like, feel bad for Lothar.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, my son. And once again, it's one of those character flips, like, the whole time he's brushing his son off.
Yeah.
You want rushed? How about the relationship between Lothar and Garona?
Oh my god. Where does that come from?
I don't know, but... No.
Oh god. So I have nothing else to say. Lothar was a huge disappointment for me.
Yeah.
But whatever, the orcs are cooler anyway.
Yeah, the orcs made this movie as good as it was. I can definitely say that much.
What I'm hoping for when they decide to finish up with the next installment, I want to see more horde races, trolls, Tauren.
Yeah, I'd like to see the rest of the races.
Absolutely. Yeah, no pandas though. No fanfare for you.
I know it wouldn't make sense story-wise. Oh, actually, you could see Chen.
Yeah, he was there.
Yeah, you could see Chen. I would appreciate seeing Chen.
But that's the okay. We'll just go on a side note here. What would the next movie even be if? Because Thrall, would it be the founding of Durotar?
It had to be the start of the second war.
Yeah, so would he still be in Durenhold at that time?
Yeah, probably.
Because I know at that point, Grom and Hellscream and all them, they're out in the woods surviving.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe they could do that whole part and Thrall wouldn't play much of a piece.
I mean, does Vol'jin and the trolls come in that early?
They would.
Would they?
Yeah.
I don't know, and then I don't know.
I believe Thrall was with them when they were crossing over. Okay. If I remember correctly, so.
Yeah, and then I don't know where the Tauren would fall in either, because I don't know the exact timeline.
Yeah, the Tauren would be at the very end of that.
Yeah.
Because the Tauren are, at this point in timeline, as far as you know, are exclusively on Kalimdor.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Someone just thought of, what was with the map when they looked up in the throne room?
Yeah, that was weird.
It was like a jumble of all the continents. I know, Chunks, you had a theory on it, about the kingdoms they knew of. Was that it?
Oh, yeah. That if you think about it, they being the humans, if they're on Stormwind, maybe they hadn't crossed across the ocean yet to actually witness that there are other landmasses. So the only landmass they know of is what is there nearby them. And from what it looks like, it didn't even look like it was all of the Eastern Kingdoms.
Yeah,
that was up there.
Very true.
So, what another thing I just thought of right now was, what did the map look like when you played Warcraft? What was the original map? Was it just what you see on the roof of the throne room?
I don't know.
Because that would be another homage to the where we're at in the timeline.
Right.
True. Very true. I don't know. They looked at it. It looked like a freaking squished donut, and I was like, okay, that's interesting. And then It was over, so I was like,
Yeah.
whatever. That was just a little side note. I'll lean towards what Chunk said. That makes sense.
Yeah.
'Cause if not, if they changed the map, I'd be like, why?
Yeah.
The Sundering
you have
has
a very
happened.
clearly defined map.
Yeah.
Why would you? Yeah.
Whatever. Alright, so let's go ahead and go into what we would change.
Well, I changed Ragnar.
I think that was there already. Like,
Yeah, I would change some of the casting. I think most of it overall was pretty good.
okay.
I'd leave the plot. I would leave the plot. I thought it was well done to get new players in
Yeah.
and interested. But besides that, yeah, I wouldn't change too much besides some of the casting and definitely Karazhan.
Okay. For me, what would I change? My biggest thing was I hated seeing players like Grom. Who's the dude with Blade Fist? I always forget his name.
Blackhand?
No, Blackhand was in the movie. He had a ton of lines.
Yeah,
What the heck? Do you know what we're talking about right now?
No.
But no,
Who am I?
you know,
Who am
Blade Fist, whatever. I saw
Yeah.
the dude with one eye. God, I really sound like a loser right now.
Kilrog?
Kilrog, like, I saw them, I wanted to hear from them. At least Grom. At least.
At least Grom, but
So that's my biggest thing. It would be, I want the supporting orcs to be there because they were some of the coolest orcs.
yeah.
And then the Khadgar, the Lothar change. That's about it for me. What about you, Chunks?
I think you pretty much nailed what you would like to see. Again, what I would like to see is more of the other races, but I can understand for where this movie was, there weren't really any other races involved.
I mean, this is
So
pretty much
it'd be
based
good.
off of orcs versus humans, right?
Yeah.
So
So, the Lothar thing, that's the only thing, but the cast has been cast, so in the second one we're going to be stuck with
Ragnar
Travis
Lothbrok.
Darnell. So,
yeah, he's
So,
gonna be
yeah.
king. Yay for the alliance! All right, we'll go ahead and do deleted scenes now. I know Sciorpe, you haven't seen them. Honestly,
I have not.
most of them aren't that great. You see a Chris Metzen, Rip Metzen.
Right.
You see
Right.
him in the. I think that was kind of cool. Some more Garona stuff, like with him in the bar after his son died. They roll around and she punches him, and then I assume they do it. They seal the
Right.
deal. The coolest scenes for me there's one, what I just talked about. There's a whole scene where Grom talks. They're in a little.
Okay.
They're around a campfire, and he specifically is talking about the fell. And he flexes, and his skin like gets all and he's all green, and it's awesome. You see Gorehowl there like resting, and then they even make a
Right.
joke, and what's his name? That one dude, Doomhammer.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, but you're green, and then they all laugh at him, and it's funny. And then like Blackhand walks up, and he goes, warriors aren't made with magic; they're forged in battle, or whatever. Great scene, and it shows the point of view of the orcs. Like, why haven't the Frostwolves taken the fell? Why isn't Blackhand, the war leader or whatever, felled out, You
Yeah.
know, that scene
And
was
then-
great to me.
the other scene that kind of I wish was in there, again, another orc scene, was the one where they're buying their way into
That's
the
right.
war party.
That's right. A deleted scene, they literally... So, you know how when the orcs first show up, they just open the gates and they walk in, right?
Yeah.
Well, in this scene, there's like this little decrepit orc dude, and he's like, how many do you have? And Duratan pours a bag of skulls onto the table. And then the
Right.
orc goes, is that all? And then Doomhammer laughs and pours a bigger bag onto the table. So it shows, and then they let him in. So it shows like, oh, it really is the best fighters. They were buying their way in
Right.
with skulls. And that to me, because like they go, only our best fighters can go through the
And
portal.
that's where you see the Arakloa skull.
Yeah, and the Arcourt, little whatever, bird
Right,
skull, and a Draenei skull. They're all Draenei skulls, which I thought was cool.
Because they were the only other race. Besides
Yeah.
Krakoa.
It's a little bit of fanfare for the longtime players,
Right.
but it
And it's
also
a short-
shows,
As from what I'm gathering, it's a short scene.
it's
so
pretty short. It's at least
I
30
can
seconds.
see why they would cut out the other two, because as it was a pretty long movie, and those other two scenes would have just slowed it down
True.
way too much for the regular people
Yeah.
who just wanted to get through this movie. You know,
Yeah.
I want to watch this movie. It's a good movie. Yeah.
Filthy
What's this?
casuals.
Yeah. Dude,
No, you would have lost your audience to their cell phones.
I wouldn't have. Grom Hellscream was talking. I'm in it.
Well, yeah, but again,
I'm
you
in
and I
it
have
to win.
played this. Yeah, you and I have played this game much longer, but
It's true.
for the general populace who have their cell phones in their pockets and are not afraid to open them up during the movie,
That's true.
you would have lost them.
Yeah, I was in the movie with my parents, and they they wouldn't have known the importance of that green orc flexing his muscles, getting all weird. So
Yeah, no one would have known.
yeah, I get that. I mean, then there was one other scene where Duratan fights some big dude and kills him, and I'm not even gonna explain it because honestly, with what you said, it makes sense. It's more
Drag the
than
movie on.
If it was a movie all about the orcs, though, it would have fit in perfectly.
Right.
It should have just been called Warcraft Orcs. Lothar is a bad cast. We decided not to show the humans.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the small print, like, we cut the humans from the movie. So that's it for the deleted scenes. So let's do overall thoughts.
Alright. Overall thoughts. Casting, I give it a 3.
Okay.
Again, I thought a few of it wasn't well done.
Well, you had two of the main actors in
Yeah,
bad
two of the main
cast.
actors I did not like.
Yeah, that's a big chunk.
So the orcs are CGI, so you don't see who they are anyway.
Yeah. Overall, I would give the movie a 7 myself.
Overall, the movie I give about a 7.
Entertainment factor, I loved it. I came out of the theater so hypey.
Absolutely. I was working third shift over the summer, and so I thought it was really nice. You know, it was a great movie to entertain me while I was bored out of my mind on third shift. You know?
Yeah. Overall, I like it. A lot of people called it a flop. I don't think it was.
No, I don't think it was. They definitely made a lot of money off of it.
Yeah.
It broke several records, as I think.
Yeah.
So, I thought it was very well done.
And then Chunks, from a first-time perspective, what do you think about that one?
Coming from somebody who has never had any experience with Warcraft lore, I would give it a high, so 8.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
8, yeah. I would say a 5 for casting because they got it half right.
Right.
Okay.
In my opinion. So.
Okay.
Yeah. And then for like effects, sound effects, visual effects, I would give it a 10. I think they nailed it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have to agree. Overall, I think
Yeah.
it was a good movie,
Yeah,
entertaining.
Yeah.
I mean, ask Chunks. I illegally got a Chinese version, cleaned it up, and I watched it probably 10 to 12 times in the week after I actually saw the movie.
Nice.
You know, just because I would lay in my bed and watch it on my computer,
Right.
and it was
Yeah,
just.
I
you
thought
know,
it was a very well done movie, very interesting, enjoyable. So
yeah, it was good.
I definitely think it was one of the best of the year so far.
Yeah, and I look forward to the second part because
Absolutely.
people say there's not going to be one. There's going to be one
They made enough money
for the Chinese people alone. There's going to be a second one.
Yeah, and especially off of their players, they made
Yeah.
more than enough money. There will be a second one.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it for the kind of late Warcraft movie review. Go
Yeah.
ahead, like, comment, subscribe. Tell everybody in the comments about how you love Sciorpe's voice so much.
It is pretty sexy.
It is sexy, and we'll see you guys in the next one.